The South African government is recognizing the increasing international trend for revised working hours and may consider reconsidering its stance on this issue in the coming years. However, legal experts from Cliffe Dekker Hofmeyr argue that revised working hours law, an alternative to the 40-hour work week, would not be appropriate in South Africa, as many of country's workers work time-sensitive industries, such as mining, agriculture or manufacturing. Moreover, the working hours of these sectors are largely regulated through collective agreements and sectoral determinations, and salaries are often based on hours worked rather than production. Despite this, the Ministry of Employment and Labour reported that there is room for more research on working hours in South Africa. The department last reviewed changing working hour standards in 2014 by the Employment Conditions Commission. Further research may be needed to track progress in reducing working hours since last report, as well as to determine the feasibility of reducing working hours and its unintended consequences, Ministry said. The Ministry said that while interest in new working hours is growing, a special focus should be placed on sectors that earn the minimum wage. In addition, reducing working hours forms part of recommendations discussed in the National Economic Development and Labour Council's Labour Law Reform Task Force, and South African Trade Union Congress has tabled a 40-hour workweek for discussion. As early as March 3, 2021, he said. A major challenge facing possible changes to the country's labour standards, according to the CHD, is that South Africa is a highly unionized market, where negotiations on basic employment terms are very complex. However, issue of reducing working hours without loss of wages can easily enter the bargaining tables, which can radically change workplace for a time. Recent research at University of Oxford has revealed that South African workers have some of the longest working hours in the world. The study, conducted in more than 50 countries between 1950 and 2017, recorded the average working hours per employee per year. The results were consistent with data published by International Labour Organization, showing the average working of South African workers as 40 to 48 hours per week, with 21% of workforce working 49 or more per week. Cliffe Dekker Hofmeyr said that as early as 1962, the International Labour Convention published recommendations reduce working hours that sought show practical measures reduce working hours, taking into account the changing social and economic conditions specific countries. The law, Article 1 of recommendation provides that, where appropriate, normal working hours should be gradually reduced, without any reduction in workers' wages as at the date of reduction in wages, said law firm. The Social STA.